I have no clue why people cover up how shitty being a parent is. I always heard that it's hard, but it's so worth it. You'll be the happiest you've ever been. Bitch, no the fuck I'm not. I have flashbacks constantly to my pregnancy, which fucked up my body permanently, and I'm on meds for severe depression that only developed after pregnancy and has continued past my postpartum period. When does it get better? I got sterilized, so there's zero fucking chance of this happening ever again. But I saw somebody wrote here in another post that if they knew how bad it is, they would have dumped their partner and never had kids. I agree with that. I heard the childless people being called biological draft dodgers. Like, some people have this way of thinking that if you skip having kids, it's like you're playing the game of life on cheat codes, like you're not paying the society back how you're supposed to. I do feel jealous of people without children, and I even have a twinge of that feeling sometimes, even if I fully agree that children aren't mandatory and should only ever be born to people who want them. So I understand why most people who are unhappy with their choices would disguise how shitty parenting is. It's a deliberate choice for others to fall into the same trap, in my opinion. Sometimes I am in shock about how much I have destroyed my life and my future. It's been 9 years and I still regret not having an abortion. Sometimes I cry because I feel so trapped in this hell. I tell myself that I am halfway through, just 9 more years to go. It feels like I'm counting down prison time, one that I made when I was dumb and young. It scares me that the government is encouraging women to have babies. The abuse numbers are going to go through the roof. You can't work, live, date, sleep. I can't unalive myself because she would be left alone. I had a decent life, a job, hobbies. Now I have bills, a mess, and someone else's emotions to deal with for the rest of my fucking life. Someone replied, I agree with you fully. I feel the same way. Sadly, my child is mid-20s, and being let out of this hell is nowhere in sight. My wife and I have an almost 2-year-old. We never planned on any kids, but we had a missed pill accident and ended up with our happy accident. Our kid has turned our lives upside down, obviously. We figured, well, we are completely fucked and life isn't going how we wanted it to, so why not have a second kid and a bigger family? It might feel better, and a second kid won't make things twice as bad. How could it? Well, the second baby is due in a couple weeks, and our kid has decided she doesn't sleep at nights anymore. The mood in the house is at an all-time low, and I genuinely leave if I didn't love my wife so much and I could get over the guilt of leaving her with our nightmare kid and a newborn. In recent weeks, we have both said, without saying it, if you know what I mean, that the second kid was a terrible idea given how life is with the first. So here we are, in the trenches and miserable, only ever talking about the future when our kid is older and less demanding, and living in absolute hope that the second kid isn't the same as the first. We don't live our lives for ourselves anymore, and it's sad to think how good we had it when it was just us. So yeah, if you've got one kid and regret it, stay strong and don't be like us and think, let's have a nice family of 4 because having an only child is unfair on the child. Brutal to make a mistake you cannot take back, a mistake that takes years from your life, a contract to work every day without pay, to give up your hobbies, sleep, and free time. Everything you do is never enough. Life feels so meaningless. My brain could be doing much better, more fun things, yet here I am, exhausted and crying at 8 p.m. I would do anything to go back in time and avoid having children. I hate my life. I regret having my baby. I want my old life back. I feel so hopeless. Nobody comes around to help like they said they would. All my husband does when he's home is play video games and hold our son while I'm working full-time, pumping, and trying to balance the house and a baby. Fuck this life. Honestly, I don't even want to be a mother anymore. I'm over it. I just want to start a new life somewhere far away and never come back. I do not feel unconditional love for my son, not one bit. I don't wish any ill will or want anything bad to happen to him, but I do not love him. Everything I do with my son is me masking my emotions every single day. It's exhausting, it's draining on the mental health, and incredibly isolating. Has anyone here ever divorced their spouse and given their spouse full custody? If so, how did you come to that conclusion? What was your final breaking point? I truly am thinking I'm hitting my breaking point with my marriage and son, 3 months old. I don't have any feelings toward him. I certainly don't love him. He constantly cries and fusses. I don't foresee it getting better despite everyone saying it'll pass with time. I just want to go back to the life I had before having this kid, even if it means giving up my marriage to do so. I've said it before and I will say it again. If society and people were truthful on what a pain in the ass raising kids is, no one would even contemplate it. But it's this secret club of having to recruit the childless to live in the same misery they are in, with smiles on, of course. I'm about 4 months postpartum. I was never someone who felt like I needed to have a child, and always thought that if it happened, great, and if it didn't, also great. Looking back, I obviously should have really thought harder about what I truly wanted, and this isn't something to just let happen if it wasn't something I truly wanted. Before having a child, my life was honestly so amazing. I got to do all the hobbies I wanted when I wanted. I had time for my relationship, my career, I got rest or sleep when I wanted, etc. I had her when it was winter, so I figured I felt more down just because I couldn't get out much because it was so cold and snowy. But now that the weather has turned nicer, I'm more depressed because it's impossible to do anything with her outside, and I just sit inside looking out at the beautiful day I used to be able to enjoy. Every second of every day, I regret that I let this happen, and it's not fair to her. She's such a great baby, and even that doesn't make me feel any better. Most days, I wish I could just run away and never come back. I know people say it gets better as they age, but I just can't picture that, and I feel like I've ruined my entire life. When do you stop grieving your old life? Is there anyone that loved their life before and ended up loving it again? I can't picture being this sad and depressed forever. I have tried therapy and medication, but nothing seems to be helping. I also have a lot of support from family, but knowing I will be alone caring for her again after doesn't even let me enjoy any time I get alone. It's a vicious cycle.